Welcome to York University Faculty of Health Second Entry program in the School of Nursing. Your next 2 years in the Bachelor of Science in Nursing program at York will be both rewarding and challenging, particularly your clinical placement experience. During this video, we will share information regarding the steps you need to prepare for your clinical placements. One very important document needed for your clinical experience is your Clinical Preparedness Permit, or CPP. CPP is proof that students have the necessary health and safety requirements prior to entering the clinical setting. Each nursing student will need to download and print the CPP booklet from the Nursing Practicum Coordination Office website, found at the link displayed on the screen. The booklet outlines all the required documents. Please note an authorized healthcare provider must sign off in the booklet and provide the appropriate lab reports to support immunization records and vaccination. Following that, your next step is to have your CPP stamped. This is an example of a stamped page in the CPP. It is mandatory to have a stamped CPP before you start your clinical experience. You are not allowed in the clinical setting without a stamped CPP. Your first clinical course begins in October, so it is important to start working on the required documents for your CPP as soon as possible. This presentation will cover the following topics: what is needed before the CPP can be stamped, obligation agreement, incident or accident report, student declaration of understanding letter, student photo identification card, and WMIS training. Your CPP is stamped annually. The deadline for stamping is the second Friday in October. CPP stamping will be by appointment only. You will need to book an appointment with Synergy using their online registration site. The School of Nursing has partnered with Synergy to check and confirm you have all the required documents in your CPP. Once confirmed that you have all the required documents, you will be ready to make a stamping appointment through Synergy. Stamping appointment can be made using the link displayed on the screen. Please note that there is a cost associated with the stamping of your CPP. Before your appointment, please ensure you have all the required documents. Please refer to the checklist provided at the Synergy website. Please attach the checklist to your CPP. Vulnerable Sector Police Record Check. This is required annually and can take up to 8 weeks for the police department to process. We recommend applying for your record check no later than the end of August. If you live in Toronto, please ensure you obtain a signed Vulnerable Sector Police Check request form from the NPCO. The Toronto Police Check will cost $20 and can only be paid by certified check or money order. Toronto Police Services will not accept cash. If you reside outside of Toronto and your OPP detachment or regional police department requires a letter, please ensure that you obtained a signed Vulnerable Sector Police letter from the NPCO. Cost for Police Vulnerable Sector Police Record Check outside of Toronto will depend on your region. Students with a reported positive police check, i.e. accused or charged of an offense, will need to complete a disclosure form every semester prior to entering their assigned clinical placement. The form is available from the NPCO manager. Students with positive police check will not be permitted in the clinical area until they are cleared per the policies and procedures of the clinical placement. Basic life support for healthcare providers. Basic life support for healthcare providers is required every year. Please note some agencies will document an expiry date of greater than 1 year on your certificate. The School of Nursing requires recertification every year, no exceptions. For your convenience, the School of Nursing has made arrangements with the company Synergy to provide basic life support certification and recertification for our students. Please use the Synergy Gateway link displayed on the screen. You do not need to complete a first aid certificate. One-step MAN2 skin test tuberculosis screen. This screening is required annually. If you have had a previously documented positive MAN2 screening, confirmation of a clear chest X-ray is required every 2 years. If you have never had a MAN2 skin test, you will need to have a 2-step MAN2 skin test. If you had a TB test in the past, only a 1-step MAN2 test is needed. Immunization records. We require lab results to confirm proof of immunity for measles, mumps, and rubella, MMR, varicella, and hepatitis B. If any of your lab results were indeterminate and/or showed not immune, you may need a booster. If you received a booster, no future blood work is needed. However, after you receive the MMR booster, you will need to sign a liability form during your stamping appointment. You will be given a copy for you to attach to your CPP. You must show proof of polio vaccination. Your tetanus vaccine is valid for 10 years. If you are close to or will be in your 10th year of being vaccinated prior to starting your placement, we recommend having a tetanus booster prior to getting your CPP stamped. Influenza vaccine. The influenza vaccine is mandatory. The vaccine is only available starting in October. Once you have received the vaccine, please drop off a copy to the School of Nursing reception or deposit a copy in the drop box provided by the NPCO. You can also submit a copy by fax or email a scanned copy of the document. You will not be permitted in your clinical placement without having had the flu vaccine. If for medical reasons you are unable to take the vaccine, documentation of this is required from your healthcare provider and must be provided to the NPCO staff. Mask fit testing. Completion of your mask fit testing is required every 2 years. For your convenience, the School of Nursing has made arrangements with the company Synergy to provide mask fit testing on campus through the summer months. Use the Synergy Gateway link displayed on the screen in order to book your mask fit testing. Obligation agreement. The obligation form is your signed agreement to abide by the expectations of the School of Nursing, the College of Nurses, and the placement agency. The obligation form is located on the NPCO website. You will need to print, read, sign, and attach the form to your CPP. The form is valid until the completion of your nursing undergraduate program. Incident or accident report. We hope that you will never need to complete this form. However, if an incident or accident does occur during your clinical placement to you or your client, you must complete and submit this form within 48 hours. The form is located on the NPCO website. Please note, if the incident or accident involves you, there is an additional student accident form that must be completed. Student Declaration of Understanding. The Government of Ontario, through the Ministry of Advanced Education and Skills Development, provides Ontario students with workplace safety insurance coverage through the Workplace Safety Insurance Board, WSIB, while on placements that are required by their program of study. To confirm that you are aware of this coverage, you must print and complete the Student Declaration form located on the NPCO website. Photo identification card. You must obtain a nursing photo identification card prior to beginning your program. You will also need a York University photo identification card, also known as YU card. An appointment is not required to obtain your nursing ID and YU card. Both cards can be obtained at the York Card office located in 200 William Small Centre, Building 15 on the York campus map. Workplace Hazardous Materials Information System. WHMIS is Canada's National Hazard Communication Standard. All students are required to complete the WHMIS training prior to starting in their clinical. York offers WHMIS training online. Listen to the online presentation, which can be accessed through the link displayed on the screen. Once you have logged on, read the information and checkmark I understand, and then click on Continue to Course Selection. From the drop-down menu, select a training course to view, select WHMIS 1 Online. Once you click on the WHMIS 1 Online link, you will need to log into the course using your Passport York Access authentication. Once you have listened to the material, you can access the quiz following the link provided near the end of the presentation. Once you have successfully completed the training, print the certification and attach it to your CPP. The certification is valid for 2 years. If you have further questions regarding your CPP, please contact the NPCO via email at npco@yourq.ca. Please familiarize yourself with the School of Nursing website and the School of Nursing supplementary calendar for more helpful information. The School of Nursing looks forward to welcoming you to York in September and is committed to supporting your success.